You have probably heard about the speculations about glitter-like particles in atmospheric spraying, sometimes tied to geoengineering or climate modification projects. Let's break it down into facts, theories, and context, because glitter in the sky could mean a few different things. First, what are people actually seeing? Some people report shiny, reflective particles falling from the sky or sparkling in sunlight, especially after certain aircraft contrails, or unusual cloud formations. Possible explanations include 1. Natural ice crystals in cirrus clouds, which are high altitude. Thin, wispy clouds. If sunlight hits these crystals at just the right angle, they can sparkle too. Industrial pollution particles, especially from smelting or other metal-heavy processes, can also reflect light and might be mistaken for glitter. 3. Geoengineering aerosols. This is the spraying of tiny solid or liquid particles into the atmosphere for purposes of controlling the weather or, more controversially, managing the climate. It's mostly theoretical or experimental at this point, but one idea is to spray reflective particles into the stratosphere to bounce sunlight away from the Earth. Proponents say this could offset global warming, but it's very controversial. We'll talk more about this in a minute. 4. Atmospheric research releases. For example, NASA and NOAA have used reflective tracer particles in some experiments. Next, why would reflective particles be sprayed? And does it really work like glitter? Well, yes, that's sort of the idea. Climate scientists have proposed many ways to limit global warming, but one of the more out there ideas is called solar radiation management, often abbreviated SRM. As the name suggests, it involves managing or manipulating the radiation that is energy from the sun that reaches Earth's surface. The theory is that we could release huge quantities of tiny reflective particles into the upper atmosphere and stratosphere to bounce more sunlight away from the planet, which would cool the surface. The concept has been around since the 1960s, but it's most often discussed in the context of geoengineering, which is deliberately and usually artificially manipulating the climate system. Proponents of SRM say that it could buy us time to reduce greenhouse gas levels, while also offsetting some of the warming that has already been caused by those gases. Some researchers have suggested that releasing reflective particles could have a similar effect to the cooling we see after large volcanic eruptions. For example, the 1991 eruption of Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines shot tons